first off, we have to get the important things out of the way. What kind of whiskey are y'all drinking?
I have some Maker's Mark.
Ooh, it's a good. Matt, are you drinking anything over there?
Yeah, I'm drinking. It's a fine whiskey. It's the kind that you suck out of. It's the kind that you suck out of the strands.
Oh, nice.
Only the finest of chalices for such a great beverage.
I'm actually not drinking bourbon, unfortunately. It's a Scotch, 12-year Scotch from Costco. It's actually pretty good.
You poor man drinking 12-year Scotch. Well, cheers.
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 Cool. Well, I guess I'll give a little introduction to what we're doing. This is Bourbon and Bowhunting, and this is just a way for us to share with you all what we're doing, what we're up to, what we're looking forward to, and in nature with hunting, fishing, anything that's going on. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm Caleb, and I've been hunting for quite some time. I started when I was 13, so I've been at it for 12 years now. But yeah.
What was the first time you go out on? Did you go out on opening day in Michigan with your dad or something?
Yeah, so I grew up going out with my dad. Even before I could hunt, I would just sit with him in the stand. But I was mostly just hunting opening weekend for the majority of the time that I've hunted until I was about 19 when I got a bow. A couple of my buddies, Zach Schaefer and Phil, convinced me to go get a bow and double my season. So, well, more than double.
Yeah. When did you get your bow?
I think, what year was that? Maybe 2015. I think 2015. So 5 years ago.
Wow. Time sure flies.
Yeah.
What was the first thing you ever shot with your bow?
A button buck, as it would go.
That's the first thing I ever shot.
That's the first thing you ever shot. Wow.
Yeah.
Not even a practice target. That's just damn impressive.
Well, yeah, that was the first thing I shot. And I got a buck later that year with it as well, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's sort of my background to hunting. What about you, Jim?
My first hunt was, I don't even know. I grew up in New Jersey, so I didn't even hunt until I think I was like 24, maybe 23 or 24. I went out with my coworker. Well, my boss actually took me out to hunting camp. You know Chris Mountain. Their family, they do a hunting camp every year for opening day. So I went out with them maybe 4 years ago. And the first time I sat out there, gave me a shotgun, put me up in the tree stand, and I actually did see a deer. Came out in the middle of this cornfield, and I was so excited. I stood up in the tree stand, and I took a kind of a wild shot at this deer, and I thought I'd hit it. But I guess I missed. We searched around, didn't see any blood. It ran off. But it was cool that I got to see a deer on my first time out hunting. I think it was the next year after that, I was sitting in that same tree stand, and I shot a button buck at first light. And then 10 minutes later, as I was about to get down, and goes walk over to this button buck. I turned to get out of the tree stand, and this 8-point walks up right from behind me. So I shoot him, and I was 2 deer down within like 10 minutes of first light. So I had two tags. I had an antlerless tag, which was for the button buck, which I thought was a doe until I walked up to it. And then I had the buck tag, which I shot that with. So that was an exciting, like, second time out hunting. I got two deer very quickly.
Wow.
And then it was great. And I think I started bow hunting. I started bow hunting seriously just this last winter. I bought a bow, and then it was when I had moved back to New Jersey. So I've only really bow hunted New Jersey, but I was able to get this guy in November of last year. So I'm pretty psyched about this coming year. Hopefully we'll get some good deer down. What happens.
That's awesome. What about you, Matt?
Wow. Yeah. I first got into hunting. What year was that when you took me sitting? 2016, 2015.
One of the two.
Yeah. So that was my first taste of, yeah, that was my first taste of hunting. It was either like the last day of December or the first day of January. I can't remember. But yeah, I remember we went out. It was just powdery snow out there, and just didn't really see anything. But what really drew me to it was just the fact that you could share that moment with somebody else in complete silence while just completely admiring the world around you. And man, that admiration just gets turned up a whole nother notch when you do see like animals, when you do hear, I mean, those stupid squirrels, when you hear like birds chirping, but then you see a deer, you see a doe or a buck, and then all of a sudden it's just you and your heart in that buck, and you feel like you're standing right next to it no matter where it is. And yeah, I mean, that's the feeling that really drew me into hunting. And I got my first my first and only bow in 2017, so 3 years ago now. Or wait, was it 2016? No, it was 2017. Yeah. And just I got my first was actually a button buck as well, Caleb. I was out in Pennsylvania on an apple orchard, and
First thing we all shot was a button buck.
I didn't
requirement apparently. Hey, they don't lie. Bambi tastes best.
Yep. Good.
I remember when I
bow or with a rifle, Matt?
That was with the bow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How far was it?
Oh gosh, I mean, it was crazy. So the way it happened was, snuck into the orchard. I mean, say snuck. I had permission to go in the orchard, but snuck under the fence, and like, cause I saw a deer like way off, so I decided to spot and stalk it. Kept low for like 200-300 like meters, and then like ducked underneath this brush pile when I was like, I think like 40 yards away. All of a sudden, like I'm just sitting in silence, trying to like clip in, and I hear it like moving towards the brush pile. So I quick clip in, I stand up. As soon as it turns the corner, I'm standing there, I think like 10 yards away from it, and just have this slow stare down as I like pull back and just let loose, all in a matter of 5 seconds of this young button buck just wondering what the hell I am. And yeah, that was.
At you, or you were drawing back?
What's that?
He was staring at you when you were drawing
back? Oh yeah,
back?
just staring at me the whole time. Didn't move a single inch.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was that was an experience of a lifetime. Wow. Takes me back.
First one.
Yeah, about 10 yards, so not very far at all.
That's sweet.
And I still got a gut shot, so I'm pretty.
Hey, at least you recovered it.
a little
A lot of
embarrassing,
them are
but
tough to find. That's cool.
yeah.
Good lesson learned, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Well, Matt, what have you been up to lately, and what are you looking forwards to this upcoming season?
Yeah, so I just finished up working with a Christian group, and well, I mean, in the midst of COVID, finally found a job. Uh, so I'm staying out here in Maryland for a, a certain little while, and the plan so far right now is, well, for one, scout public land around here, and then uh, the other is just fish. I grew up fishing. My dad introduced me like at a really young age, and it's like we've had a mixed relationship, me and fishing, but over the last couple of years, it's been nice just with having a lot more free time with work to just go out and hit the water and catch some toads and rip some lips. So
Are you doing
that's the plan
more
so far.
like lakes and ponds or
So
rivers?
yeah, crazy thing about Maryland is that there's I think almost no natural there's no natural lakes around here. So it's all rivers or man-made ponds. And most of the man-made ponds have terrible um like oxygenation. So like it's just pond scum and lily pads. And you'll get like a few lakes here and there that are like stocked, but I mean everybody fishes those, and then most of everybody fly fishes rivers for trout because those are all stocked. Unless you go like way out West Maryland, you won't really find too many too many holes for bass fishing. So uh, it's a very unique spot. I've had to learn how to river fish transitioning from Michigan, which is I mean basically the land of the lakes. Like you can drive 5 minutes and find yourself at a lake and probably a bass here or there sitting there.
Mm.
Nice.
You caught a couple sweet fish this past year. You got a snakehead, and then that golden trout that you caught, about a month or
Yeah,
so ago.
yeah, definitely,
That's
definitely
cool.
some unique fish out here. We also have some like unique deer out here as well. We have the Sika deer, which are um I forget how they got here. Do you know, Jim?
I think someone brought them in.
I
I
think
think
they're from
yeah,
Sounds
Japan.
about right.
government in the U.S. at some point,
Yeah.
and then they were just only located on an island, which I think was called James Island, actually. Um, and then they kind of spread throughout the Delmarva Peninsula in Maryland and Delaware. Uh, but they're a pretty established species now. And hopefully, me and you, and maybe Caleb, can go hunt them this fall. We got to scout out some hunting land. See
Yeah,
if
we
we can
do.
find a good place to hunt them.
Absolutely. That's on the docket.
We've got
Yeah.
plans to go out there and find some Sika.
Yeah.
Get
Hopefully the
some.
weekend after July 4th we'll have an update on that. Uh Caleb, what are you up to this summer?
So I just got back from
Mm.
Ireland. I was also working for the same Christian group just over in Dublin. So right now I am doing in-home care work with a guy with special needs, um, and finishing up my last college class for my economics degree from Michigan State. Um, but I guess the main thing for me with this season coming up is just getting out and getting comfortable with my bow again. Because I've been gone for 10 months and I haven't shot in 10 months as a result, which is the longest I've gone since I've bought a bow without shooting. So just spending some time on the range and making sure I'm comfortable out out to a certain distance, probably 40, 50 yards, more likely 40, but we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you updated. And then the other thing is,
Caleb, what was your max shooting range before you went to Ireland? Like, what would be your, if a deer comes, if a deer's this far away, I'm going to shoot it any farther and I'm going to call it off.
45 yards was probably max. I might have taken a poke at 50 if I had a really good shot. Hi there, Jim. But
feel comfortable at 50. That's pretty good.
that would have been if it was like perfect shot, like the deer is not at all aware that I'm there, and broadside everything would have had to line up. But more realistically, probably around 40 for the most part would have been my comfort zone. But yeah, I'm shooting the bear assault with Trophy Ridge 5-pin and True Fire release. So it'll be good to get back to that and get ready for the season. And then I'll also have to get out to my properties and see what they look like. So there's 3 properties for sure, maybe 4 that I can hunt. 2 of them are just small, like 10, 15 acre plots that are friends places that no one else hunts. So those have been pretty good as far as deer sign and a fair amount of buck activity. Another's the property my family hunts, so that's a good sized property in West Michigan. So it'll be good getting out with my uncle and my dad and seeing what it looks like. But yeah, just staying prep and shooting, and also getting good with the camera, because we're hoping to be filming these hunts for you all and posting them to this channel. So
yeah, I definitely need to get good at the filming. I have the GoPro now, which is like, it's very easy to use. And I'm excited to get out there and start filming hunts, but I definitely, once I start getting like the camcorder type camera involved, and having that thing like behind me set up, and then as I'm taking a shot or something.
No, I was shocked the first year I bought my camera and
I feel like
my
that's
camera arm.
a whole skill set that needs to be learned.
Yeah, it's so much extra work. It doesn't feel like
to learn how to.
But I'm looking
Have you
forward
ever
to it. What was
Solo
that?
Hunter?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever watched the show Solo Hunter?
No. The great show.
Remy Warren does it, and the guy's name is Tim Burnett.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. They're so good at what they do. They're like stalking in on deer, and they get within, bow range with all this camera gear, and they get the camera gear set up and get all that taken care of, and then they can start like actually taking the shot, all while they're within 40 yards of a deer. It's pretty incredible to watch, actually. They get some pretty incredible footage. But I'm excited to learn how to start doing that and to just get good at filming hunts.
Oh, that's awesome. What are you working on right now, Jim?
Getting better at archery. Yeah. So today I saw, I think it was John Dudley posted something on Instagram where he was like, you got to shoot with both eyes open. Back and close my left eye and just look through. Today I opened both eyes and just kind of looked through the peep sight with my right eye. I had my left eye open, and my accuracy went way up. And I'm actually able to see when I release the bow where the arrow is going.
Oh, nice.
Normally, if I closed, I can't really see the arrow so well, and I can't really see the point of impact, especially when I'm shooting at like 30, 40, 50 yards.
Mm.
So it's like a game changer. I didn't even know you're supposed to do that, is to shoot with both eyes open.
That's interesting.
Pretty,
I'll have to give that a go.
yeah, it's pretty sweet because I can see like the whole flight path of the arrow, which normally I can. Well, I was just shooting with the one eye, and yeah, my accuracy was a lot better after I started doing that. So,
Hmm.
like,
You there, Jim?
He's struggling. He's coming.
Good old technical difficulties.
Get comfortable shooting out to the mic. But I got a good place, public land, about an hour away from me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're
we can hear you. You made it back. Welcome back.
Thank you. In terms of hunting areas, I have a cool public land spot that's about an hour away from me, and it's like kind of a mountainous area. Um, so I've been checking that out a lot. There's a lot of good deer up there. I've been seeing deer, I think, every time I've been up there. There's also a lot of bears up there, and turkey as well, which I found in turkey up there this last spring, but didn't get anything. But that's where I really want to get a deer, is that public land spot, because I have 3 other spots which are all private, which I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get deer on. But I'm less confident with this public land spot. So I look at it as more of a challenge.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can make that happen. But yeah, I got that, and I got some other private spots which are producing some good bucks.
Ooh, you're cutting out a bit.
Our is like producing this yard. It's kind of ice. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I've seen 3 different bucks in my backyard, and one of them is absolutely massive. He's like half grown. He's
Wow.
big.
He's just
And then the
taunting
other
you.
2 turn out. I've seen 2 like a lot, which are probably going to turn out somewhere in between the size of like these 2, I would think.
Hmm.
So I'm excited for that. See how they turn out. But they've been showing up in my yard like almost every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there any like herds of doe that travel through? Have you seen?
I haven't seen any doe at all.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Nice.
Wow.
Do either of you have like a set point you're looking for like a buck, or like you'll pass on a certain size or not, or are you just going for pretty much anything that shows?
I think I want to keep it to a certain level, like set like a minimum. Oh. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna like stick to 6 point or higher.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't gotten anything since that button buck, but if when it comes to bucks at the very least, I think the bare minimum for me is probably a 6 point. I think there's just like, as much as yes, like this is a sport, like I think there is something like very like awe-inspiring about like letting a deer mature, like passing on it right now to like say no in the present to like then later reap the reward like a year or 2 or 3 from now. I mean, it's difficult to do that when you're hunting public, but I mean, hell, Here's to hoping. Yeah. When it comes to does, I mean, I want meat, so that's my primary goal,
Right.
in terms of hunting this year at the very least. So, yeah.
That's good. I New Jersey is like three. I'm gonna get, where we go? New Jersey has three separate hunting seasons. Like they have fall, um, mid-season, and then winter season. And so you can shoot one buck in each of those seasons.
Nice.
So I'll probably, for the first half of each of those seasons, I'll probably try and hold out for a nice looking buck. But then if it gets to the second half, I'm probably going to, if it's, shoot anything. If it's brown, it's down.
Yeah.
Especially on that piece of public that I want to hunt. If I see a buck there, I'm gonna shoot it. Now there's certain zones in New Jersey which restrict which bucks you can actually shoot. Like some of the zones I'll be hunting, it's got to be 3 points or better on one side. So that means I'll probably have to shoot at least a 6 point. But I think the public I'm hunting is anything goes.
Right.
If I can get a buck, any buck on that piece of public, I'll probably just shoot it.
Yeah.
But on the and I'm hunting, I think trying for mature buck.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nice. I'd probably be similar. I'll be probably trying to get a 6 point or bigger, but I haven't taken a buck in a few years, so we'll see. In the heat of the moment, if a 4 point gives me a 20-yard broadside shot, I might need to punch my ticket on that one. But I'll probably
you don't
try and
bags
6 point.
at the end of the season.
Yeah. No, exactly. Well, cool. I think that was pretty much everything that we were thinking of going over. So, I guess, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this video. We'll be coming out with some more, and yeah, happy hunting and good luck.
Absolutely. And we want to hear your guys's just like feedback on these videos. I mean, this is our first one, so we're just getting into this. But we'd love to hear what you guys think about these videos. So shoot us a message on Instagram, shoot us, I don't know, smoke signals, whatever you got. We want to know. Yeah, that's my little bit. Anything from you, Jim?
Thanks for tuning in.
Very wise words.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we'll see you guys. Signing off.